Hello, and welcome to Lakehill's Virtual Admission Coffee. My name is Stacy Peacock, and I'm the Director of Admission at Lakehill Preparatory School. Here today with me is Suzanne Seitz, our Associate Director of Admission. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us and to learn more about Lakehill. We know so many of you are going through challenging times as we are, and we are so thankful for our Lakehill community. Our faculty and students have been hard at work, distance learning, and our parents have been so supportive of everyone. One of the best ways to visit Lakehill and to learn more about it is to actually be on campus. However, since that's not possible, we thought the next best way is through a virtual admissions event so that you can learn from our students, you can see what Lakehill Preparatory School is all about, and you can learn about our different divisions. One of the best ways to learn about Lakehill is through our students. They are very involved, they're very motivated. So today I've invited a few of them to join us and to share their Lakehill experience with us. Thank you guys for joining us today. I have a few of our students here with us that are going to share a little bit about their Lakehill experience because I feel like that's the best way for you to learn a little bit about what all they're involved in. So first, I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves and just tell a little bit about themselves, and then I'll ask them a few questions. Anna, do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. My name's Anna. I'm in ninth grade. I've been here since kindergarten. And some of the things I'm involved in are NJHS, Spanish Club, 15, robotics, and I'm track manager and class secretary.
Great. All right. Sophia, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Sophia Ganson. I've been here since kindergarten. I'm a junior and I'm involved in cheerleading, musical theater, and NHS.
Awesome. Okay. Jonah, you want to go next?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, I'm Jonah Shaw. I'm a senior, and I've been here since 7th grade. And stuff that I'm involved in, I'm NHS president. I play sports year-round, and then I also do theater and drama.
All right, great. And Sam?
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a freshman, so I've been here since kindergarten, and I run track and I play soccer.
All right, great. Thank you, guys. So you can see from our students that they are super involved in many different aspects of the school, from clubs to officer positions, as well as sports, performing arts, and all of those things. So I'm going to just ask them a few questions about some of the things that they're involved in. Anna, can you tell us a little bit about the robotics team and that you're involved in there?
Of course. So we run through First Tech Challenge, and every year First Tech Challenge comes out with like a new game for the robotics team to do. So for example, this year's game is basically we have to build a tower as high as we can with these oversized Lego bricks. So once we get the challenge, our team has to build a robot that, kind of can do this challenge, right? And then we go to competitions. So this year we made it all the way to regional. Last year the robotics team made it all the way to world. And we hope that next year we can get us that far too.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit, I think you've been doing a lot of things with our lower school students as well, with robotics and the robots.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm in charge of the outreach in our robotics team. And we really wanted to outreach with lower school because we have such a unique opportunity of having grades kindergarten through 12th in our school. So we could really, plant the love of STEM in them. So we'll take the robot downstairs for a visit, and the kids will love the robot. It's like a celebrity to them. They'll start like cheering and waving at him. We create special little STEM experiments that these kids can take home and do themselves. And even though we're on social distancing right now and in quarantine, our robotics team is still creating experiments and posting them to our school's Instagram so parents can see these and do them for their kids.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, Sophia, can you tell me a little bit about your involvement in musical theater?
Yeah. So in musical theater, it's a class that we take during the day, which is really nice. So it's not after school taking up time. You can do it freshman through senior year, and we put on a musical in the fall, which is really fun. And you get to know people in different grades and become good friends with them.
Cool. And what was the musical that you guys did in this past fall?
We did Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that sounds like fun. It seems like it was a really cool production. Awesome.
Yeah, really fun.
And then you said you also did cheerleading as well?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been doing that all part of your high school?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Before I ask you guys some questions, Anna and Samuel and Sophia, can you think back to maybe when you guys were in lower school and maybe anything that kind of just brings back a fun memory for you all?
I really enjoyed field day. That was probably my favorite day of the year. Towards the end of school, we'll have a big sort of party with our grade and then go out and play games in the field. And it's just really fun.
Cool.
I really enjoyed the special classes. So 1 to 2 times a week, we go to a special class. They had art, music, library, computers, and Spanish. And within these classes, you kind of get a glimpse of an elective type thing. And that would really help shape what you decide to do in middle school and upper school.
Okay.
I really like the invention convention in 4th grade. So that was when we used basic shapes to make a contraption that would do something. So mine was a Skittle maker that I had, or a Skittle dispenser that I had using ramps and axles and all things like that.
Okay, cool. All right, and Jonah, you weren't here in lower school, but do you have a fond memory of middle school?
I guess my favorite thing about middle school was probably Adventure Week.
Okay.
So the week before spring break, all of middle school, so 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade.
Mhm.
I don't know if 5th grade also, but they do. With their class, they'll go out somewhere in like the United States or Texas. And so like my 8th grade year, we went to Tennessee, and we stayed in a hotel, and I was there with all my classmates and stuff. And it was a good time to really connect with everybody, and we got really close to those trips.
Good, good. All right. Okay, Sam, can you tell me a little bit about your time from middle, basically the whole time you've been here, but probably you do it a little more in middle school and upper school, like getting to know your teachers and knowing that they're there for you and how you kind of interact with them. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So, being in a smaller school, it really helps with the one-on-one teacher time. I mean, really, you can ask your teachers for anything, and they'll give it to you. Or not give it to you, but they'll help you with it. Definitely. I can always ask a teacher to meet with them, and, they'll help me with whatever I need help with. There's lots of time during open period, which is our free period to get work done. And especially now, and in middle school. I mean, I've just become a lot closer with my teachers. Like, they're a lot more people to me, which you don't always get in a smaller or in a bigger school. But it's really nice. Yeah.
Good, good. All right, Jonah, you talked a little bit about Honor Society, and you have a position there. And then you also talked about sports. So can you tell me a little bit about both of those things?
So I guess I'll start with National Honor Society. We have NHS at the school it's mainly juniors and seniors.
Okay.
And then we have NJHS, which is freshmen to 7th grade.
Okay.
And so like 10th grade is kind of like the transition period. And then when you're in NHS, we do a lot of stuff as much as we can, especially like stuff like the virus happens in
Sure.
school. But besides that, so like a couple of things that I set up for NHS is I set up different committees to work with different like parts in the school, and kind of like my focus was trying to do stuff for like internal affairs in the school. So we did stuff for like Chinese New Year and Black History Month, and I was attempting to set up committees for like lower school and setting up like tutoring and stuff like that.
Okay.
But that was stopped.
Maybe next year.
Well, hopefully NHS next year. We're doing this, man.
Yes, we'll have them carry on your tradition.
Yes, man. And then for sports, I play sports year round. So I play football, basketball, and then I run track. And so since the school is smaller, we only have varsity teams, except for basketball. The basketball team is usually big, so then we have varsity and JV. But what that means is that everyone gets a chance to be on the team and support it in their like own unique way. So like for football, we made it to state this year. Didn't win, sadly, but we did make it to state.
Really far.
And we had an undefeated record up to state, and that's like the best our football team has ever done. And we even had a new coaching staff for that, and I feel like that was a great like boost for us.
Right.
And so, but like on the team, there's seniors through freshmen. My younger brother was a freshman on the football team, the only freshman.
Right.
And so, and yes, ma'am. And so what it allows for is us to all like interact. Like even though some of us do have classes together, we don't all have classes together, but during that time, like during football practice and during games, we're all together and we're all working toward a goal and stuff. And so it allows for interaction between like me and my younger brother who's a freshman, or me and some sophomores that I probably won't see throughout the day. And that's the same for like basketball and for track. Since we're all together on that same team, we're all working together all the time and all like learning.
That's great. Do you guys feel like as high school students that you all kind of have friends in different grades and like they're all out of high school?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, good. And and Sam, you guys just came in as freshmen this year, but did you feel pretty much from the get-go as part of the high school, like where you had, interaction with the kids in the other grades as well?
Yeah, I never had any issues. I mean, everybody is so friendly. Everybody, you always get smiles and highs in the hallway. I mean,
Good.
I always felt at home.
Especially from the electives as well. It's like I'm in theater, so I have both Sophia and Jonah in classes with me. And I think through electives, because it's like specialized interests, you can meet people who have your same interests, although they may be in different grade levels. And I think that really helps as well.
Okay, good. And Sophia and Jonah, you guys had a pretty busy fall with the football team making it all the way to state and playing into December, right? I think it was in December. And you both were doing musical theater as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you were kind of having to juggle your schedule, but we didn't make you choose. You got to do both.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is, I guess, one of the nice things. I think it gets you guys all involved in many different things in this. So, great. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to share with our parents that are learning a little more about us, or do you think we've done a good job? Pretty good job? All right, great. Well, thank you guys very much for joining us today. I appreciate your help, and go do some more distant learning online. I hope to see you in class soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing from our students and all of their involvement in Lakehill. And next, I would like to turn it over to Suzanne to give you a little more of an overview of Lakehill and our campuses.
Sure. I will just give you a general overview and try to cover some of the most frequently asked questions that we get when families visit the campus. And I'll start with some school-wide information, and then I'll hand it back over to Stacy so that she can drill down a little bit on information by each division. But to start with some general information, we have two campuses. Our main campus is in East Dallas in Lakewood, and our other campus is about 10 minutes away from there near Ferguson Road and I-30. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that campus in just a minute. But we have about 350 students in grades K through 12. Our student-teacher ratio is 12:1. We do have 3 divisions. So we have lower school is kindergarten through 4th grade. Those students go to school each day from 8:15 until 3 o'clock. Our middle school is grades 5 through 8, and they are at school each day from 8 until 3:30. Upper school is grades 9 through 12, and they are at school from 8 until 3:30 each day as well. All students are on our main campus every day, and each division has a certain part of the building that they kind of call their home, where the majority of their classes are. Also on our main campus, we have a gym, and that's where the students go to PE each day. And it's also where we have our volleyball and basketball games. One of the main questions we also get is, where do our students come from in the Dallas area? About 60% of the students come from the East Dallas area, so Lakewood, Lake Highlands, Forest Hills, the White Rock area. And then the remaining 40% or so come really from all over. So from the Park Cities, Preston Hollow, North Dallas, DeSoto, Mesquite, Garland, really all over the Dallas area. So that's a little bit about our main campus. I'd also like to tell you a little bit about our Roger L. Perry campus, which, as I mentioned, is over at Ferguson Road and I-30. And that is where we have our Environmental Science Center as well as our Warrior Athletic Complex. It takes about 10 minutes to get to that campus from our main campus on Hillside Drive. And at that campus, our Environmental Science Center, the campus there is about 17 acres. And the Environmental Science Center is led by our Director of Environmental Education, who has a comprehensive outdoor environmental education program that the students go through. The students in grades K through 8 travel over there once a month by bus to go through this program. Then our upper school students use the Environmental Science Center as well, depending on the science coursework that they're taking. The actual building of the Environmental Science Center has 2 dry labs, a wet lab, a conference room, and a great hall. And then outside, we have ponds, streams, and those lend themselves well to aquatic biology studies. And then we also have nature trails, so the students can go outside and hike those trails and study plants, insects, birds, and more. So that's a little bit about the actual Environmental Science Center. The Warrior Athletic Complex is also over at Perry campus, and that area is home to our football and soccer stadium, baseball field, softball field, tennis courts. We also have a field house over there, and that has an indoor batting cage, locker rooms, weight room. And so our students, grades 7 and up, enjoy using that area as well. So whether it's going over to Perry campus for purposes of the Science Center, or for football games, baseball games, tennis matches, the students love all the opportunities that it provides, and it really lends itself well to Lakehill's sense of family and community. So I will toss it back to Stacy, and she will cover some specifics as far as each of our individual divisions goes.
All right, thank you, Suzanne. I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk about the different divisions that Suzanne mentioned today. The first one is going to be our lower school, which is again for kindergarten through 4th grade. And these are just a few of the pictures of some of our students either in the computer lab, doing art, or just having fun together with their classmates. And then I'll show you one more picture of some science experiments that the students are doing. Our lower school students have a homeroom teacher that they start and finish their day with. In kindergarten and 1st grade, they typically just have one teacher that teaches all 4 of the core subjects every day. And then in 2nd grade, they do have access to both of the teachers where each of them are teaching 2 subjects. We have a traditional structured learning environment, but we do know that kids are super active, and so there's lots of movement and time for them to get up and move around the classroom or to change classes even. They will learn, like I mentioned, science, English, language arts, social studies, and math with their teachers. And then they also attend 6 different specials throughout the week. They will go to the library once a week, and then they go to art, music, Spanish, and computers twice a week. So they leave their classroom and go to one of those special classrooms with a different teacher. And then they also have PE every day. They have 30 minutes of PE every day. And then after lunch, they actually have 30 minutes of recess time every day. Again, we know they're super active, and so we're looking for ways for them to move around. Our science is very hands-on, and they are working together in groups, not only in science, but also in other subjects as well. I think one of our student panel members mentioned the Invention Convention, which is a lot of fun for our 4th graders, and it's a project that they work on. So that's what our lower school students do. Moving into our middle school, and I think I maybe forgot to mention, but each of our divisions has a head up. So we have a head of lower school, a head of middle school, and a head of upper school that oversees each of those divisions, teachers, and students. Our middle school students, here's a couple of pictures of them. Again, those are students in grades 5 through 8. They're doing some hands-on learning in science class or getting ready for an English class. And then one of our 7th and 8th grade electives is a robotics class, and you can see those boys working on a project together. Additionally, in 7th and 8th grade is when our students start participating in athletics and performing arts. One of the things I wanted to show you was kind of a typical middle school schedule for our 5th and 6th graders. They attend 7 classes, which are about 50 minutes long. They have a math class. They actually have 2 English classes, a grammar focused class and a literature class, as well as science, where they do not only lecture notes, but also hands-on science experiments, and they learn to write lab reports. And then we have social studies, and then they do attend a PE every day. And at this point, it moves to a long class period of 50 minutes. They have set electives in 5th and 6th grade, which are composed of music, computers, art, and Spanish. When the students move into 7th and 8th grade, they move into a modified block schedule where 2 days a week, they're going to attend half their classes for an extended period of time. This does allow for extra time for discussions on novels that they're reading, maybe extended time to help complete that lab in one classroom setting. Additionally, they do move to 1 English class, so the grammar and the literature is combined. And then they have a Latin class that they take. So all of our 7th and 8th graders are going to take Latin. So K through 6 has Spanish, and 7th and 8th is Latin. Also, they are able to choose their electives. Those would include things like robotics, art, computers, maybe competition theater, a makerspace class where they use 3D printers, as well as performing arts. So choir, drama, musical theater, all of those are classified as electives. So if a student wants to participate in those, then they sign up for that class. And then additionally, they can start playing sports in the 7th grade for our school. And beforehand, they've maybe played through the YMCA with some of their classmates and friends. But in 7th and 8th grade, they play on combined teams where they are playing for the school through different leagues where they may have even playoffs and championship games. The sports that we offer are throughout the year are track, cross country, football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, tennis, swimming, golf. Those are the main ones that we have, and the students love to participate in those. And then next, if we talk about our upper school students, again, those are basically our high school students in grades 9 through 12. They'll have classes where they'll just take notes in the class. They'll also have those science classes where they'll have hands-on experiments. And then they have computers and robotics that they can take, as well as some additional athletic electives as well. Again, sports and performing arts are really big with our high school students. And they, as you heard from both Jonah and that they went to the playoffs and did really well this year into the state championship game, while at the same time also some of them being involved in our musical Beauty and the Beast. The upper school schedule consists of 2 block days, a blue day and a green day, where they attend 4 classes for each day. They are about an hour and a half long. They have their 4 core subjects of math, English, science, and social studies that they'll take, as well as a world language. They'll usually take either Spanish or French, and they take at least 2 years of that. And then for electives, they will have choices again from the performing arts, music, choir, drama, musical theater, those things, as well as computers, art, and maybe again, a robotics class or an engineering type class. They may also have some different electives that are offered just depending on the semester. And then again, they have athletics that they will participate in all throughout high school. And it is, I think as the kids mentioned, all grades will participate together. Talking also in regards to our upper school students and moving on after they graduate from Lakehill, all of our students do participate in a college counseling program starting either in 8th grade or 9th grade when you come in, if you're starting in high school. And they work with our college counselor on college options and scholarship opportunities. All of our students will go on to college. In the class of 2019, they received $5 billion in merit scholarship money, which is an average of about $180,000 per student. So we're super proud of our graduates and know that they'll be very successful when they move on into college. Also, I wanted to just mention that our school is very involved in community service from the lower school all the way through the high school. We have community connections in both lower school and middle school. as well as in high school, we have our student council that has an organization called the Warrior Outreach Group. And we do things from cleaning up the lake to working at food pantries to putting on a big holiday luncheon in December, which our whole school is part of. Suzanne and I are working remotely. We are happy to set up calls or Zoom meetings with you. You can email us anytime at admission@lakehillprep.org, and be sure and visit our virtual admissions office page, which is also on our website. It provides you with opportunities to take tours of the school, to maybe listen to more student panels in the future, and to just get a feel for what it's like to be on campus at Lakehill. We are still accepting applications for the 2021 school year. We hope you've enjoyed our virtual admissions coffee, and we look forward to connecting with you soon. Thank you so much.